Now on to our honorees. Garrett Beeney, a litigation partner at Sullivan and Cromwell, was first connected to Sanctuary by his daughter, herself a Sanctuary supporter. Garrett was incredibly inspired by the survival stories that his daughter shared and decided to get more involved. And how lucky we are that he did. Garrett's work with Sanctuary has been, in a word, exceptional. He brought his superb legal skills to us by training our attorneys and providing invaluable feedback and guidance on highly challenging cases. He has taken on pro bono matters and brought the generous resources of Sullivan and Cromwell to bear. I'd like to share just one example of Garrett's unending generosity. Last year, Sanctuary had the opportunity to unite a survivor of sex trafficking with her son, who was being held by her trafficker in Mexico. Our attorneys worked with Immigration and Customs Enforcement and were given a finite window, a very specific date and time with very little notice in which to pick up the 7-year-old. It required a Sanctuary attorney, Lori Cohn, to fly to Texas to meet the boy as he made his border crossing and to escort him back to New York to be reunited with his mother. We worked quickly to put all the pieces together. We put out a call to our Sanctuary family to see if we could secure donated airline miles. Within minutes, Garrett had handed over his airline password, a dangerous thing to do, plus his credit card number, another dangerous thing to do, to cover any additional costs. He never even asked how much. This is the kind of boundless generosity that we are thrilled to honor tonight. For his tenacious lawyering, unending support, and singular dedication to ending gender violence, we are thrilled to present Garrett Beeney with the 2019 Law Firm Leadership Award.
Thank you so much, Judy. With a generous introduction like that, I'm reminded of the words of a person far wiser than I, who similarly received a very generous introduction and said, if my father had been here, he would have been proud. If my mother had been here, she actually would have believed it. But thank you. I am honored and humbled to be standing here, much less surprised, and I am grateful. Grateful to have a loving and supporting wife, daughters, family, and friends who have done nothing but encourage and collaborate in the pro bono efforts I've been fortunate enough to pursue. And I'm also grateful to my partners at Sullivan and Cromwell, who support financially and otherwise many of the cases I, along with others at Sullivan and Cromwell, have been fortunate enough to litigate. And I'm grateful to Sanctuary for opening my eyes to the scourge of domestic violence, trafficking, and the other evils that Sanctuary addresses. And these problems are pervasive. If you're like me, throughout my life, my home and my family have been my safe place. In 2018, a United Nations report concluded that the most dangerous place for a woman in the world is in her own home. That's why we are Sanctuary. To paraphrase Sir Isaac Newton, I believe we all stand on the shoulders of giants. And I, throughout my life, have certainly been fortunate to do so. And tonight, I think all of us who deeply believe in the mission and work of Sanctuary stand on the shoulders of Judy, the Sanctuary leadership team, and an amazing staff of more than 200 talented and dedicated professionals who provide so much to so many. My colleagues and I have been fortunate to work with these remarkable people who provide access to the courts and an opportunity for justice that their clients otherwise would not have, who give a voice to those in Albany who otherwise would not be heard, who provide a safe place to victims of domestic violence who otherwise would not have it, and who, among other things, champion the rights and dignity of those who are trafficked when there is no one else for these victims to turn to. In sum, the Sanctuary people provide crucial impact counseling, legal assistance, economic empowerment, and family services to so many who deserve at least that, to address the abuse that the World Health Organization has called a global problem of epidemic proportions. Tonight we will hear what Sanctuary's work means from those who can express it far more eloquently than I ever could. It's been an honor to work with these giants at Sanctuary, and I've gained so much from my association with them. And with all of our help and support, in whatever form we can give it, Sanctuary makes our communities more humane in a world that increasingly dehumanizes the worth and dignity of so many. So Judy, the Sanctuary leadership team, the incredible staff I've had the privilege to work with, thank you so much for this honor tonight, and thank you so much for the opportunity in some small way to support your mission. I think all of us in this room pledge to continue to assist and support in your incredible work and what Sanctuary stands for, and thank you all for what you do to make our world a brighter place. Thank you.